Last night, I watched the Hawaii News Now documentary called Priced Out of Paradise, and I wanted to talk a little bit about it. It seems to focus on local families here in the islands who've been struggling to make ends meet. And they end up moving to the mainland, particularly to the Vegas area, which is often nicknamed the ninth island just because there are so many Hawaii locals there who have moved. And the documentary really focused on how people are so much happier there because they're making better money, their jobs, they're not struggling like they were in the islands. And I kind of found it really sad. Overall, I found the documentary to be somewhat of an advertisement for local families to leave the islands and to move to Vegas because it's so much better. It seemed to focus on Hawaii just having families and the beach and not much else. And it just showed a bunch of people who have left the islands who are much happier now in Vegas. They're thriving. And while that's wonderful and great, I find it really sad that so many people have to leave because it's so expensive here. I've lived in Hawaii my whole life. I was born and raised here, and I've really seen over time how costs of things have gone up. I'm originally from Hilo, and Hilo is much cheaper, but it is a struggle for people to find jobs there, so a lot of people end up leaving. There used to be a lot more affordable rentals and homes to buy there, but costs have really gone up for that, and there is a housing shortage over there, so it is hard for local people to find even rentals for them to live in. A lot of people from the mainland have moved over to the Big Island in search of the Hawaiian lifestyle, something more slower paced. It's really beautiful and green there and lush, laid back. But that in a way has come at the cost of others being displaced. I find it a little interesting that there was such a focus on the positive sides of locals moving away, because everyone does deserve the right to be happy, to live somewhere where they are not struggling. But I think it's really hard. It's not always a happy situation for people having to leave the islands. Some of them, they're forced to, and they might struggle somewhere else. I would really recommend for anyone interested in the issue more to watch the latest Peter Santenello YouTube channel video where he talks to Elijah McShane. And it really lays out things on Oahu, particularly where I am now, how expensive it is. He does mention how, I think he said there's 100,000 local people who've moved to Vegas, and that's just so many. It is really expensive here. Oahu more expensive than some of the Big Island. Maui's really expensive. It's just really expensive in general living in the islands these days. And it's really sad to see so many people forced to leave in search of a better life. It's hard to know what the solution is, because it's such a, it's such a multi-layered issue. Everything is so expensive, and while it's super beautiful in Hawaii, especially here on Oahu, you have pretty much year-round sun, beautiful weather, gorgeous beaches. Overall, I feel like it's very safe here, probably compared to a lot of a lot of other cities, but it's so expensive. Buying a home, you're looking at definitely like $1 million plus. Condos also very expensive, and while cheaper, the HOA fees really get you. So I don't know. I just found that the documentary about locals moving to Vegas, Hawaii News Now, just to be pretty much an advertisement to move to Vegas. And I don't know. It seemed, I question the motives behind it, because that's not a solution for everyone. Not everyone can leave. Not everyone wants to leave. Not everyone wants to live in Vegas. Yeah, anyway, so those are my thoughts for today. Thanks for listening, and hope everyone has a wonderful day.